So welcome to this video. It's about Ranma and how you implement him in D&D 5th edition. Suggested by a user in Reddit, so I hope you see this because this one's for you. Straight to content. First things first, we'll look at who or what he is and what he can do, and finally a build and roleplay suggestion. So, going into the before we proceed section, I only use official content, so that means I won't be using Unearthed Arcana or homebrews. And second point will be that this build is not optimized. Please, I'm not trying to build for damage. It's just mainly, for fun, right? I mean, you know what fun is, right? It's just for that. Roleplay and how you can affect other players and, in the game in humorous ways, right? And third and last point is disclaimer. This is just my own interpretation of a D&D character build, obviously, right? Characters discussed here belong to their respective owners. In this case, Ranma and a half is written and authored, drawn by Rumiko Takahashi. So, first things first, who or what is he? Starting with race, I thought about him being human, but if I want to really do the change to girl thing, I gotta do this with a changeling. As for details and how and why, I'll talk about it later. As for background, a far traveler, since he's been traveling really far, traveling around China and Japan, back and forth, swimming. And then onto alignment, which made him chaotic good. Since, well, he does make good choices or choices which would, preserve the integrity or health of bystanders. Why chaotic and not lawful? Well, lawful person would normally not destroy buildings or public property. Henceforth, chaotic. Now, what can he do? Going to class features. First, we will have a look, and obviously you'll have martial arts. And better yet, if we head into subclasses, I suggest the open hand, since there are abilities in there which can be considered his techniques. As for feats, well, I chose athlete, durable, martial adept, tavern brawler, and tough. Reason being, well, that's what he pretty much is. He's athletic and durable. He's got techniques which can be expressed through martial adept, tavern brawler, being able to use any improvised item as weapons, and he's tough. He can take a beating, he can be thrown, destroyed, and stands back up. As for skills, you can consider being proficient in athletics, acrobatics, performance, and deception. Athletics and acrobatics will obviously form his physical capabilities, performance, and deception. When he's a girl, he does try to hide his real identity of the male Ranma. Henceforth, performance and deception. As for weapon and armor proficiencies, well, he's got simple weapons. He's got sticks, swords. He's able to use them. He does tend to go unarmed most of the time, but he does use an umbrella occasionally, the one that belongs to Ryoga. Armor-wise, he never, according to my memory, he never used any armors, so which is why I'll say no armors. As for ability scores, going from highest to lowest, I say Dex being highest, Wisdom second highest, followed by Constitution, Strength, Intelligence, and Charisma. Again, disclaimer to the build section: this is not an optimized build, not for damage. It's really for role-playing purposes, just to have fun. Okay. And the build can start off from level 3. And as for the ability scores, I make them with the standard array. Which I'm guessing most people will have, this as their choice. I would just then suggest you build with Strength on 12, Dexterity 15, Constitution 13, Intelligence 10, Wisdom 14, Charisma 8. If I'm going too fast, just pause. The information's on the screen. Then heading on to race, Changeling. You get +1 to a certain score, and I suggest Dexterity, and a +2 to Charisma. It'll help with your performance and deception here. Alignment wise, I've chosen, as I said before, chaotic good. Background, far traveler, and class will be monk level 3, so that you can get your subclass in the open hand. As for schools, I decided acrobatics, athletics, and deception, and performance. Spells, there'll be nothing. Feats, if you get a choice, you get a free feat, for example, from your DM, if you're lucky, then these are your choices: athlete, durable, martial adept, tavern brawler, and tough. Now, heading on to the roleplay suggestions. Obviously, you can have yourself this so-called curse which can be expressed in the following. When you get in contact with cold water, when you get splashed with cold water, you transform or trigger your shape-changing abilities and transform into a girl. And then, including to this, you can impose a self-limitation, which is you don't transform into anything else except to the girl version of your character. You can obviously talk about this with your DM and see what he thinks and if he would, allow you to do this. So that's about it. I guess my next point would be a question, like, what, do you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see? I'm willing to try out anything, and if I can't, worst case scenario, I'll just say sorry. I mean, I can't do it, or wasn't able to do it. Anyway, yeah. But if you have an idea or just a character you have in mind, just write it in the comment section, and I'd be really happy to give it a shot. So that ends this, and I'm really thankful you were able to watch this video. And my wish to you is that you enjoy your future games, have fun, laugh with your friends, and until next time, bye.